School science technician. It's not all glamour. Sometimes it's brains. Again. Yes, this is the third brain video. If you weren't here, let me start from the beginning. The problem with brains is they're squishy. And you buy them frozen and then they defrost and then they're just mush and they're not really very useful. So you want them to be a bit firm. First time I did the practical, I tried boiling them slightly. It seemed a little bit firm, but the general consensus from the class was mush. Second time we did the practical, I tried something somebody suggested online, maybe it was even you, which was defrosting them overnight in the fridge in a saturated salt solution. This is the remaining brain from that. Thought I would cut it up in front of you and we'll see if it's mushy or not. It looks pretty mushy. I will bring you nearer so you can look. How would I do that? Well, I would just literally bring you nearer. Come with me. You're getting nearer. Oh my god. Zoom in. Right. I'll show you no, that won't work. Now I remember I have to use my multi-prong approach. I'm using a clamp stand and one of these. 3-pronged clamp. And so now I will be using 6 prongs in total. Just bear with me. You can see what I'm going on about. Here it is. This was clamp. So it was in here like this. That's going to be like this. So you can see the texture of it. Look. It's kind of squidgy looking. I've got a scalpel, but I really don't think that's necessary. Let us see. Ooh. Did you see that? Ooh. Poking. Squish. Slight blancmange. I'm now going to revolt you all by touching it with my fingers. It's quite squishy. Well, you know what? It's actually firmer than I thought. Perhaps this does work. Can we do a section? I mean, bear in mind this has been in the fridge for 2 days. That's actually quite firm. Yes, it has worked. So there. Look at that. It is firm. I just washed my hands. There you have it. An unexpected result. It turns out that defrosting the brains overnight in a saturated salt solution does work. However, I'm not done yet because somebody else has ordered this for next week. And so I'm going to try a third method, which somebody told me, which was keep them frozen and then just defrost them for 30 minutes before the practical. And then they're slightly frozen and still firm, which obviously will be a lot less effort than the saturated salt solution or the boiling them method. However, there is one problem with this method, is that I have to remember to do it at the right time. What's one more alarm in the ADHD collection of 1 million alarms a day? Postscript. No, I'm not wearing a lab coat. No, I didn't wear gloves. I have washed my hands. It's not super dangerous. It's food safe material, not that I would eat them. It has only been in salted water. And as I said, I'm washing my hands. I didn't get it in my clothes. And he always says that. Why aren't you wearing PPE? I don't need to be personally protected.